YouTubers, it's Crud Big Rig. You might be wondering what's with the hunting getup. Well, in my area, hunting typically, especially whitetail, entitles cold weather, extreme cold weather. It might not be the negative 15 degree weather you have out in Montana, but sitting still in 20 degree weather for 8 hours a day straight, you need some very, very warm clothes. Well, those same warm clothes are fantastic for the rifle range, especially when it's cold out. There should be no excuse why you can't get to the rifle range unless there's like 10 feet of snow and you just can't put your target out there. So today we're going to the rifle range, and I'm going to compare why you should buy a very, very good optic, top of the line if you can afford it, and then on top of that, why you should buy a very good mount. My Spuhr mount costs as much as a lot of guys' deer scopes. You'll see why in a few minutes here, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a shot with my 300 Blackout hunting rifle. Then we're going to actually swap the scope back to its host rifle. Once we have it on our host rifle, we're going to go back to zero, which that scope is originally zeroed for my precision rifle. I happened to put it on my 300 Blackout because I wanted something that was at least 6 power in the woods, and that's my only really decent scope that's I'm not afraid to beat around. Alright guys, so today we're going to go over why you should get a really good quality mount and a really good quality scope. It's very advantageous to get the very best scope possible, mount it on any rifle that you want, and in that way you end up getting the very best scope no matter what. So you can put this on 300 Blackout like this, go to a long-range precision rifle. As long as you have your dope set up on the scope, you should be all right. So we're going to make a little comparison video today. At 200 yards, I figure shooting a silhouette at 200 yards, a reduced IDPA silhouette, will give you more than enough proof to see that you should buy, you know, a $300 to $500 rifle scope mount. Just so you know, it's not just an accident. Now we're going to put the suppressor, bipod, and scope on my other rifle and see how it compares. Okay, so remember, whenever mounting or remounting a scope, you want to make sure that that recoil lug right here pushes forward on your rail. And it's also very, very crucial to remember where you had your rifle set up at. So snug up 1, snug up 2, snug up 3, snug up 4. Then get your torque wrench out. My preferred torque wrench is Vortex. Alright, so they're torqued. I'm going to go back again because the manual retentive. Now I am going to go back to my original zero. This was adjusted for 2.5 mils to the right for windage. Should be pretty much right on. Like I said, good scope mount makes all the difference in the world. Always make sure your bubbles lined up. Now it's shooting a little bit low, which is to be expected in these temperatures. Parallel. God, I love this ammo. All right, so that's my very first shot. After that was, well, that was the second shot. First shot was on steel of 200. Second shot, third, and fourth. So that's what happens when you buy really good quality scopes. It'll return within an MOA. Okay, now we're gonna try a couple yardages, 300 yards next. No problem. Let's go for the goodie. Where is he? Now the huge advantage of this backpack, or this tripod, you can use your bag to load everything down. Wind got me. Time. Well, got to test a lot of new stuff out today. For one, the mount that I wanted to test, the Spuhr, worked fantastic. It returned within an MOA. In fact, once I got used to the trigger again on my Remington 700 police model, it actually returned to within a 1/4 inch of what I originally had the rifle zeroed at. So I'm going to chalk that up to returning to 100%, because quite frankly, we can all have a bad day when it comes to trigger control. Even then, within a 1/4 of an inch at 100 yards is fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better setup. Spuhr, 100%. Love that thing. Also tried out my new tripod. The tripod is the Night Force carbon fiber tripod with the pig saddle. Way better than the plastic tripod that I was using before, which was really, really floppy. It doesn't really help you accuracy wise like a lot of people think it does. Some people think it's as easy as laying on the ground with a bipod and a rear bag. It's not. Now, sitting helps steady you even more, but standing, I keep telling people, standing is like taking an offhand shot at 200 yards with a tripod at double the distance. So at 400 yards, you still have that sway. It just doesn't have that major sway back and forth. You still have to really slow down your breathing control. You have to tense up on your upper body, bring that rifle into your shoulder. Have that good respiratory pause and a nice slow press. You're not going to be able to punch groups, but you are going to be able to definitely hit the target. Me and my buddy, this teacher would kill me for saying that. My buddy and I are going to go to a 600-yard range here probably in the next week or two after he gets his new trigger installed on his PRS gun, and we're gonna start shooting tripod stuff out to 600 yards. I figure if I can shoot out to 600 comfortably and hit 80% of the time, I'm a very happy camper.